we are fully aware that our continent has often missed opportunities to accelerate development. In placing ICT at the core of our transformation agenda, we can make sure that Africa is never again left behind.
20 years ago, the Rwandan government launched the National ICT Strategy, geared towards delivering services to all and transforming people's lives, benefiting citizens, the private sector, and international investors.
The first phase of the strategy started with putting in place institutions to pioneer the ICT for Development agenda, implementation of regulatory authorities such as the Rwanda Information Society Authority, also known as RISA, which is mandated to plan and coordinate the implementation of National ICT for Development agenda, and the Rwanda Utilities Regulatory Authority, mandated to regulate public utilities including the ICT sector.
The telecom market was also liberalized to trigger a more efficient and robust industry. This working framework delivered the second phase of the National ICT Strategy, that of infrastructure development. 4,500 kilometers of fiber optic broadband cabling has been laid throughout the country, connecting all 30 districts and with 9 regional links to neighboring countries. A Tier 3 data center has been established with redundant and dual-powered servers, storage, network links, and other IT components to serve as a hosting facility for current and future platforms for both government and private sector. A cybersecurity infrastructure program was also put in place to safeguard our information and infrastructure assets.
Efforts to leverage technology within different sectors of the Rwandan economy enabled the National Identification Agency to build and modernize National Population Registry. Modern identity cards were distributed and integrated systems for online authentication purpose in order to contribute to the socio-economic and political planning.
Private telco companies rolled out mobile financial services in readiness for the next phase of the strategy and service sector development. The third phase of the National ICT Strategy saw innovation in delivering services in both the public and private sector. Key achievements include Irembo, a platform designed and developed with the citizen in mind, with a zero-trip, zero-paper philosophy, is now delivering e-government services including our universal healthcare scheme, land services, immigration services, and many more. All government tax collection and procurement services have been digitized. Furthermore, Rwanda has established itself as an innovation proof of concept hub for the region, continent, and even the world.
We are looking to create very robust research and development capabilities within the economy. We're looking to attract both local companies and multinational companies that are seeking to create new-to-the-world type of solutions, especially solutions that are coming to address challenges that are very unique to the African continent. And we're offering a space and inviting them to Rwanda to say, this is a country where you can come and co-create some of these solutions. You can come and use the 12 million markets that we have today to test the solutions, and then use the Rwandan market as a launchpad into scaling to the rest of the continent.
Rwanda's invitation has seen several companies begin their operations in the land of 1,000 hills. Zipline International, an American company, launched the world's first national drone delivery system for life-saving medical supplies, including blood, medicines, and vaccines here in Rwanda.
Babylon Health, the world's leading digital healthcare service, chose Rwanda as its first market in Africa in its global expansion plan.
Digital transformation within the transportation sector saw the rise of Tap and Go, a Rwandan-based high-tech company that digitized payments in the transport sector with the introduction of smart cards, thus fully eliminating cash collection in the city of Kigali. The Alibaba Group recently launched its electronic world trade platform in Rwanda, the first of its kind seen in Africa. The EWTP will allow enterprises to trade goods and services on an international scale. Additionally, the Mara Group, Africa's first smartphone manufacturer, has begun operations in Rwanda.
All of this boils down to our vision of creating and nurturing an innovation ecosystem that is really going to be the heart of all the innovations that are going to be created for the continent. And through that, we've created a platform that we call the Kigali Innovation City. This is a platform that brings together different companies, whether it's from the industry, the academic world, and government, to collaborate and find ways of partnering and creating those valuable partnerships that are going to unlock some of those innovative solutions for the continent. The other component of the Kigali Innovation City is financing, which is very critical because the type and nature of financing that is required by innovation-driven enterprises is pretty much different from the traditional financing mechanisms that are available on the market, not just for Rwanda but for the continent. And so here we're looking to attract, whether it's both the private equity funds and venture capital funds, to really come on board, and that are really those that are very focused on financing innovations, but even impact investors, so that we're able to scale and grow the different innovation-driven startups that we are trying to create here in Rwanda.
While not exclusive, the Kigali Innovation City team is seeking partnerships in healthcare, fintech, agriculture and mobility solutions, as well as attracting capacity building institutions and working to build the Rwanda Innovation Fund with the Africa Development Bank and other private venture capitalists. To date, global leaders in their respective fields have partnered with the Kigali Innovation City.
Volkswagen's assembly plant is open, and Move, its mobility solution, is successfully operational.
Carnegie Mellon University campus is complete.
Campus construction for both the African Leadership University and AIMS, the African Institute of Mathematical Sciences, are underway. Other partnerships are underway focused on satellite and space programs, artificial intelligence centers, drone operations centers, IoT innovation, and cybersecurity.
This is a call to everyone, be it citizens, be it communities, the civil society, the private sector, development partners, to really join us in this effort of moving Rwanda and Africa and transitioning into a digital economy, because we need the support, we need to co-create solutions, because in doing so, in collaborating to create these solutions, then we are ensuring sustainability throughout the journey.
We invite you to connect directly with us, to work together, to foster and build relationships that will transform the lives of Africans and beyond.